These tents shouldn't be here. None of this needs to be here. The only thing that should be done is that people should wake up and actually care about humanity.
We're persistent, and we're very serious about enforcing the law, and we'll continue to do so.
The man with a sledgehammer is State Representative Tom Brower. This is his contribution to solving Hawaii's homeless problem.
And I got tired of telling people, you know, I'm trying to pass laws. I want to do something practical that will really clean up the streets.
He scours streets and parks in his district, looking for shopping carts homeless use to store and move their items. Some he returns to stores, others he disables.
I find abandoned junk, specifically shopping carts, and I remove them. I also create a situation where those carts can't be pushed around the city. I think it's a good thing.
But the executive director of Mental Health America of Hawaii thinks that Brower's actions are way over the line.
His message to the public is that it's okay to commit acts of violence against homeless people, against vulnerable people. It's okay for vigilante justice.
Some are calling his method extreme and potentially dangerous.
We cannot allow this on our streets. You know, that hurts our whole society. Okay. You know, it's a bad scene.
Is your report okay? So we'll document the incident,
All
tie
right.
it into the other ones that have been called in and reported, okay?
Thank you very much for your time.
All right.
I do appreciate it. You have a great day.
This is an impressive crowd, the haves and the have-mores. Some people call you the elite. I call you my base.
Dance.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Christopher Nova Smith with Occupy Honolulu. I'm not going to repeat it. Both individuals basically said everything that's needed to be said. One question I do have is historically we've been seeing some of these bills that come out, and it is indeed criminalizing the homeless. Today we're faced with a challenge of a state representative that's now running around with a sledgehammer in his hand attacking the homeless. Stanley Chain, I would like to know from you, what are you doing about this situation? Because that would tell me and the public how you guys view the homeless right now.
Mr. Smith, the bill before us is Bill 59 and the proposed citywide
Oh,
tariffs.
I understand that, but see, I know there's people out there that's watching this. You can cut my mic, you can do whatever, but the people out there need to know how you guys actually feel about the homeless when drafting these bills. Stanley Chain is a representative of that district that the state representative for the Waikiki is running around with the sledgehammer. And I would like to know, is he addressing that situation and how is it being addressed? Because if he's not and he's ignoring it and he's letting it happen, you guys are basically trying to say that it's more important to address people that's sleeping than it is to address a situation where representatives are attacking people with sledgehammers. What is a more violent crime here? What is more of a crime, period? Because everyone sleeps, correct? So when someone runs around with a sledgehammer and we ignore it, I know you're upset and you want me gone. I still want an answer from Stanley Chain. Are you addressing the situation? Are you concerned about your public?
Mr. Smith, we're focusing on Bill 59. You've told us how you feel. We
Okay.
appreciate your comments. You know, the topic that we have before us is looking for a way to clear sidewalks in a humane way and to provide alternative locations for people to sleep and to gain access to programs.
I agree.
We are
That's a very
also
good
looking
topic.
for ways to help businesses be able to operate safely and effectively. And so,
Can I propose something then?
certainly, you have.
Why don't you actually finish off and start housing first? Instead of just 100 people with $5 million that we've been told about, we take a look and say, we already have these services that pay for most of these things that's been added into the $5 million. It doesn't cost $5 million for 100 people to have a roof over the head. So why don't we take this money and actually spend it for housing, get them off the street? We don't have the problem, right? But instead, you're concentrating on their sleeping. And the people know it. I mean, because right now you have your news channels, your networks, everybody's getting upset. just like you are, and they're seeing this. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, they have no housing or funds or has no means to live properly. Where are they going to receive their help? There's 6,000 people that's without any type of housing and only 2,000 beds for those 6,000. So that's 4,000 people, no matter what you do, is on the streets. We provide them a safe place, some shelter, food. We were growing food here for people. I mean, we were doing a service that the city should have taken upon themselves, spending on possibly maybe helping some of these people. We have how many foreclosed properties that's around this island because of the current economic state, and here they don't want to offer that up to help some of these other individuals.
What?
Good morning, Christopher Novasmith. I'm obviously opposed to this. I mean, to criminalize someone for just not having funds for a home for any reason, it doesn't make sense to me. I do like the fact that you're wanting to look into maybe rewriting the law. The problem I do see with it is you're wanting to involve police still. And in one way or fashion, you're not being clear on what you want to do with that, and you're obviously still thinking about it. What I think that needs to be realized here is, yes, we need them off the street. Yes, as politicians, we need to look at our constituents, people that contribute. We need to stand up for the people that's around, that's supporting us and doing whatever. Corrections Corporations of America pay the most amount of money to any Hawaii politician, to Ikaika Anderson. Well, people want people off the street. Somebody that wants to give $8,000, more than even the governor of Hawaii, a certain amount of funds to do a certain job. Well, we could kill, two birds with one stone and get them off the street and throw them in jail, make profit, and we're all happy. Except we didn't do the right thing.
Can you summarize, Mr. Smith?
My summary is we can't be criminalizing people for profit.
Okay.
Or political gain.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. This officer here is trying to start a fight. As all I'm trying to do is talk to another officer.
Okay, I'll talk with you. Come on.
Yeah. Well, look it. He's still following. This is the aggression that we were dealing with. He wants me down here. You want me over there. I'm not trying to cause a problem. I'm not doing nothing. You came up to me and started talking to me. No, sir. I was sitting. Again, I'm trying, but I can't with him wandering. I can't with him chasing me down like this.
Why are you harassing people over there?
What the hell, man?
He's doing their job.
Serious.
Why?
Why are you being like this?
Why are you harassing people?
I'm not doing anything.
Huh?
I'm asking you to stop. 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 No, I need someone above him now. You just saw what just happened. I wasn't doing nothing.
Turn that thing
He
off.
was talking, he was asking you a question.
He was verbally getting in my face, and look at he's coming back. Serious guys, do your job and back him off, please.
We will.
Please back him off.
No.
He's coming to me again.
Okay, well, I'm just asking.
No, you're jeopardizing my safety by allowing him to be like this.
I am right here with you.
I don't feel safe around him.
Okay, that's why I'm escorting you away from him. Okay?
No, I'm walking away, and you're just following and asking me to sit here and talk with this guy talking like this.
I am not asking you to talk. I'm asking you to leave.
Okay, so now you wanted me to leave.
Yeah. Okay, to avoid this continual situation, I'm asking you to leave. You said you're fearful of being in his presence. So why don't you leave? You're putting yourself in this situation because you're refusing
I have a right.
Leave.
I have a right to a report,
You do.
and you see the aggression that he's presenting towards the public. I am a member of the neighborhood board. All I'm trying to do is be here. There was a person that was involved in an altercation with him.
I'm willing to talk with you.
Harassing people.
Come on.
Falsifying.
No, you are still chasing me down. Please stop. Please tell him to back off and get away from me.
Come over here so I can talk.
I would love to, but you need to keep him away from me, please. That's all I ask.
You need to get away from us.
Good morning, Christopher Douglas Smith. I'd like to thank you for giving us a little bit of extra time for us to speak. The thing I notice that's happening currently is we all know that there's some economic disparity that's going on, right? I mean, everything's kind of out of balance. I do know many people believe that the Constitution solves and covers everyone equally, and that we shouldn't need laws like this. But as we've seen through civil rights movements, LGBT, all these different factions, we're finding out that we're having to, pinpoint to make people understand that it's just, that's the way it is for everyone. Pinpointing sometimes does give some negativity to some people's thoughts, and why do they get special privilege or whatever. But 70 years ago, we had a president during the last year of World War II that was trying to pass a much grander scale version of what we're talking about. This is very minuscule. FDR, he called it the Second Bill of Rights. Within that, it was I guess, a side name of the Economic Bill of Rights, because, he had to deal with the Great Depression, World War II, and he went through a lot of things. This is what he had to write. This republic had its beginning and grew to its present strength under protection of certain inalienable political rights, among them the right of free speech, free press, free worship, trial by jury, freedom from unreasonable search and seizure. They were our rights to life and liberty. As our nation has grown in size and stature, however, as our industrial economy expanded, these political rights proved inadequate to ensure us equality in the pursuit of happiness. That's what I think this bill is trying to do. Is to sit there and quote, to pinpoint, to say that, yes, we all know sex, race, religion, all these things, you can't just single out and pick out on and treat people differently or whatever. But we also have to look at class. By sitting there saying that just because a person doesn't have a certain amount of tangible items, or doesn't have the great job, or doesn't have, whatever people's thoughts are, you can't go out and treat that person differently in a way that would harm them. And harming in our own country could be just taking somebody's civil rights. I believe, like others have mentioned, some of the bills that's come out, they say targets. I don't believe that the politicians initially wanted to target individuals. It's just the way they're being utilized and how they're able to establish these laws and carry them out. And with that, we find that certain things are happening that is taking away our basic rights. And I think by having something like this, it'll help that. We've had a gentleman that's a vet, talking about FDR in World War II. We had a gentleman that was a vet that was on the street. And the only reason why he was on the street for almost a year and a half, was because of his personal belongings that was taken from him, because nobody would help him first or take a look and ask him what he needed. Once they took his property, they had no identification. Nobody wanted to touch him. That's a problem. And a bill like this will help bring about that we can't treat people, like this. That we need to be a little bit more personal in how we do these things. I'm not saying that we should protect people from breaking other laws. I don't want to see this bill try and make it legal for someone to start doing drugs or drinking or causing violence or doing all these things on the street. If a person is just having economic problems, financial problems, should we treat them any differently? I don't believe we should. I believe we should be looking at them just like any other American.
Okay, thank you very much, Christopher. At this point, Chair would recommend that we pass this measure as is. Is there any discussion? Okay, Vice Chair.
Okay, I like this bill, Chair. House Bill 1889 as is. Chair?
Aye.
I vote aye. Senator Taniguchi? Aye. Measure is adopted.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This concludes our hearing.
Okay. HB 1889 passes committee. And so it's still alive, and we'll go on to the next committee. I don't know which it is.
When our our government finally decides that the people's voice is more important than the corporate's money.
We do
That's
anywhere
when we
near
stop.
other people.